Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss who would win on an ABV Network version of the TV show Big Brother. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Vaughn Nieters and Kathy Cool.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello. So yes, we're going to be talking today about Big Brother and who do we think ABV Network, again, the people that are on the Bourbon Daily, who would be the best at the show? Who would be the ultimate winner of that? We'll get to that after the break. For right now, KK said there's something she want to talk about. What is that?
Yes. We've all ridden in airplanes, correct?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Of course.
All right. I want to know your scariest airplane experience.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had where you get the turbulence where you're just, it's just there and it just drops and then it goes up. So I mean that just small times in the plane where you experience some of that. It's like, how are they keeping control of this? It doesn't feel like it's being controlled right now. It feels like, it's being controlled, this plane. It's just bouncing around. So no, that'd be my scariest moment.
Was it big enough turbulence that people gasped, or is it just like the regular turbulence?
The lady next to me said, "Would you hold my hand?"
Ooh, okay.
That bad. That bad. Yeah. Yeah. So
you're saying you don't think she was maybe just wanting to hold your hand?
I don't think so. No one
She
wants
was
to hold
afraid
my
for
hand.
her life.
Just based on my own merit, no one wants to hold my hand. That's when you think you're going to die, I guess, and you want some physical contact. I'm not sure why. But yeah, a lady asked to hold my hand one time, and I did. I held her hand, and I said, "Hey, I acted like." No, I'm terrified too. I'm shitting my pants, but I just acted like, hey, I fly a lot. This happens all the time. It actually doesn't, but that to that level. And but I just try to be a good person and act like it's happened. Because when you look at the flight attendants, they act like it happens all the time. They're just like, oh yeah, no big deal. And I know
they're trained. Yeah,
they're probably like, oh, these people are all ready to die here. So yes. Other than that, I would say the other most dangerous thing would be a person in the row ahead of me vomiting. That's just dangerous because I don't want him to roll back on me. I would probably have to kick the guy's ass and the whole thing because I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, to be honest. And the whole idea of all that, because I don't really understand. I don't get sick on planes or anything like that. I mean, I can't ride roller coasters and stuff like that. So I'm sympathetic of motion sickness. The planes don't give me motion sickness, so I don't really understand that. And I've seen a lot of people throw up on planes with the amount of travel that I've done, and I don't really understand because I'm a person who's very susceptible to motion sickness. And I'm like, I don't feel sick right now. Why are you sick? So yeah, that would be it. I'd probably, out of the two, I would rather crash, burn, and die than be vomited on by just some random stranger, for sure, 100%.
Oh my God.
There's no recovery from getting vomited on. I got to live the rest of my life knowing that happened to me. If I'm dead, I'm just dead. It's all over. What are you going to do? People, I'd be beloved. Everybody would be like, God, that Akeley was a fucking nice guy, wasn't he? God,
he died of a plane crash too soon.
So sad. Yeah, it was so sad. It was so.
If you get vomited on and you're pissed about it, you're an asshole. Like
right. Yeah, it was just it was sad. But yeah, the vomiting thing. God, I don't know how I'd live with myself. So yeah, I definitely would have rather died than. So that I guess that was the scariest moment was a guy in the row in front of me vomiting. That was the scariest moment I ever had on a plane for sure.
Interesting.
Von Nieters, how about you?
I'm glad that's your scariest moment, so I can say turbulence is mine.
Okay, you can have turbulence.
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you fly a whole lot, do you?
I don't fly a whole lot. I mean, we fly to Florida once or twice a year. That's about it. I mean,
that's usually a pretty easy jaunt.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2 hours, 2.5 hour flight, and it's usually pretty easy. Going to Colorado a couple times, it's a little bumpy going into the mountains.
Sure,
get a little bit of turbulence, but it's just turbulence. It's nothing ever too crazy. I mean, there are some times, like Steve said, the bottom drops out and you're weightless there for a second, and you kind of grab the seat. But other than that, that's about it.
All right. McNew, how about you?
Well, I can say I've never had a bad flight, and I really don't fly that much. I fly out maybe 1 or 2 times a year. I don't fly that much. I've never had a bad flight. But last year, coming back from Key West, I got fucking stuck in goddamn Atlanta, which was horrible. The Atlanta airport's a goddamn nightmare anyway. But I got stuck there, and Delta was like, well, we can put you in a hotel for the night. I said, okay, great. We didn't get to the hotel until 2 a.m. and had to be back at 6 a.m. to get on an 8 a.m. I should have just stayed. I should have stayed in the airport.
You should have stayed.
So I said, okay, but I felt gross. Like my skin was gross. I was like, I can just go take a shower. I know I won't sleep. It's fine.
Oh my God.
I really should have just stayed in the airport because someone, I won't name
names. My pits stink. Oh my God.
I know. I just felt gross. So I'm like, this is fine. I'll go take a shower. But somebody gave me a gummy that was still in my bag. And when we got back in the morning, they had dogs. They were like, oh, the dogs are going to come through. I was like, fuck me. So I was like trying to find a trash can as soon as I could because I'm like, I don't want the dog to like know that I have this. So I kind of like threw a lot of shit out of my bag away because I'm like, oh, it touched this, it touched that. But apparently I learned afterwards that they don't look for drugs. They look for bombs. So I probably would have been fine either way. But
they don't care about a pothead. They care about somebody that's trying to kill people.
I was stressed. I was so stressed out.
You're so stressed. Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
They pull out that single gummy and go, what do you think you're
what
trafficking here?
Busted.
Shaped like Fred Flintstone.
Dogs are not trained to look for those. Sure. I didn't know. I did not know.
You didn't know. You're the victim.
Yeah, I didn't know. But
oh my God. Is there like a cavity search involved in this arrest?
God, no. Like, fine. Goddamn nightmare. Airport can go fuck itself 10 ways from Sunday.
Okay. All right. How about you, KK? You asked the question.
I did.
There's flight.
So it didn't make me nervous at the time, but we were sitting on I have a couple. We were sitting on the
limited to one, please.
Okay, just one.
Unless you're me, I did too.
We're short on time.
We're short on time. I went too long, so we're gonna have to cut you off.
We're sitting at the gate, and we're sitting there. We're like, why aren't we going anywhere? And then at some point, a maintenance man comes in, walks over to one of the windows, and duct tapes all over this window that I guess there was some sort of pressure problem with.
Sure, the duct tape will fix it.
Yeah, duct tape fixes everything.
Duct tape guy fixed it.
Right? And then my friends and I look at each other and we're like, that's probably good. Right? That's fine.
It's good.
But really, it didn't happen to me, but a friend was on a flight and they were going to Mexico. And in the middle of the flight, 2 rows ahead, the oxygen mask dropped down.
No.
But just in that one row.
Sure. They'll just save them. Those are the important
Right?
people.
That's what I was joking about. I'm like, oh, well, obviously those were the people that were going to live.
Right.
The rest of you could just die without oxygen.
Yeah.
And they just moved people around and stuck them back up in the ceiling. That would make me a little nervous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
really
you know, McNew,
worried
here's
about
my
the plane
idea for
crashing.
airports.
Sure.
You know how truck stops have showers that you can buy?
Airports should have showers.
Airports should have
Or-
showers
Yes.
like
100%.
truck stops do.
Okay,
like
that
that.
helps
Really
just
good
because you're
idea.
there overnight, you're saying?
Yeah,
Well,
'cause you're
if she had had a shower, she probably wouldn't have gone to the hotel.
I wouldn't have. And I was really 50-50. I'm like, it's going to be dumb timing. So they put us on a shuttle. The shuttle took forever to get there. It took forever.
Oh my God, the shuttle.
No,
They don't have a. Don't they have a hotel at the airport?
Not every airport has a hotel.
Atlanta does.
I thought Atlanta
Atlanta
does.
does.
Yeah, it's
definitely.
huge.
Well,
But they're not going to pay for that. They send her out to the Holiday Inn.
They
Yeah.
took us way down the road.
Sure.
Not airport. Not
They got to
hotel.
save some money. Yeah, I mean, these hotels aren't paying for themselves. With them,
I would
so.
It was
Yeah,
probably a
same
place
here.
where they paid by the hour because they knew you'd only be there for 3
They gave
hours.
us a
Oh,
food
yeah.
voucher that was like $15, and it
Sure.
said not good for alcohol. And I'm like, all I want to do at an airport is drink. I'm like, I don't want fucking airport food. Like, you're not going to buy me a drink. Why am I even
Right.
here? Like, I was
Don't you
pissed.
have any like old fries around here or something?
Where are your old fries? Is there a dumpster somewhere?
Knocking on the cage of the closed McDonald's.
Yes. Yeah.
Is anyone back
Just
there?
give me what's in the dumpster.
I need cold fries.
Yeah. So there you go. On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with KK.
Okay, I wanted to bring out someone who I thought was a big brother in bourbon.
Okay.
So I have E.H. Taylor.
All right. Okay. Decent. I didn't like the landing there. Definitely hit the desk. So, yeah, that was a little bit troublesome, but okay. I've got Elijah Craig here. Small batch. Here we go. Swine on the set. Nothing there. Kathy still has the lead, despite the bad form of hitting the desk. All right, Von Nieters, you're next.
I have Old Jet Brothers finished in Barbados rum barrels.
Okay.
Is there anything that isn't new?
No, that's brand new. Brand new.
The Leopold Brothers wasn't new.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
It wasn't.
All right, McNew. It wasn't. McNew.
Why am I even playing? Like, this has been well
How much
loved.
you drank? Yeah.
Why? It is Buzzards Bruised straight bourbon whiskey, toasted American oak.
Toasted American oak. No, barely heard it. Barely heard anything there. I did hear a little bit, but not enough. Not enough. So Von Nieters wins. I mean, yeah, it's cost him a bunch of money, but he wins again. So
Yay!
cheers, gang.
I did back. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Big Brother and who from this show right here, the Bourbon Daily, who is the person that would win that thing. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're playing Big Brother ABV Network style.
Yes, we are. So who do you guys think would be good at this game? Who would be good on Big Brother? So, and why? It's just not throwing out a name. Who would be good?
Are we allowed to throw out ourselves?
Sure, you can
People
throw
that are on the
you'd be
show.
good. You're part of the Bourbon Daily crew, so yes, you could possibly be on there. You'd be horrible at it, but yeah, sure, you can go ahead and say yourself.
So I like this idea because I think people think I'm very ditzy and I overshare, but I do that for a reason because you don't really know shit. So I'm like, I would be a good secret keeper, and
I don't think you'd be good on the show.
I do.
I gotta be honest. They do this shit where you like stand on the wall. You'd be out first, 100%. You'd be like, oh my god. I'm gonna go sit on that couch over there.
Just give me a cocktail and an old French fry.
I'm
Right.
good at the manipulation.
Well,
Probably.
possibly.
Yeah.
You would have a good social game, no doubt about that. But
Yeah.
that's only one part of this. You have the physical challenges, where I don't think would be McNew's thing.
Probably wouldn't win.
Yeah. I mean, here's someone who's legit is making it to the end. I don't know whether they're going to win or not. Lenny, he has got a good social game. He's a likable person.
Yes.
A lot of them are based on strength and it's endurance, and I feel like he'd be good at that because of the small size too. That helps out. When you're a big guy like me, hanging on anything is going to be a challenge
He
just
was
by itself.
definitely on my team.
Yeah,
He's probably the most athletic person we know. So yeah. He's got a bar.
I think Lenny is got a chance here to win this thing. But I want to hear who you guys are coming up with too. So
I had 5 names, and Lenny was one of them.
Okay.
I also had you, Steve, because you're a fan, and I feel like a lot of people that are fans of Big Brother tend to do better because they know how the game works.
I do
How
think
long is he standing on the wall?
not long, but that's okay too. Sometimes those people get carried. So what happens with you're always sitting
So
around.
it's
You're
not
thinking,
okay for McNew, but Steve is winning.
Yeah.
no, because they know at the end they can beat her. So what? Here's what you want. I'm a jackass. You put me in a house for 90 days with people, I'm going to be in all kinds of fights. People are going to hate me. I can't win at the end. So I get carried along because they also, you can beat me in challenges. Whereas McNew, it's like, you know what? She doesn't do shit in the challenges, but she's likable. I don't know if I want to go. So you got to get inside the head of how this works. I think McNew would be in some trouble there. They'd be like, you know what?
This is where I get underestimated because they're like, she's likable, but you don't know that I'm keeping all the secrets because everybody likes me. So
I feel like I know the
play you. I have a whole fucking spider web.
Okay,
You know,
maybe.
like a fiddle.
I do feel like I would know the strategy probably better than anybody, but I also think there'd be a target on my back. We'd be like, you got to get rid of this guy.
See, now those are the exact reasons I was picking Katie Joyce.
Bingo. I think Katie's going all the way.
I think Katie goes all the way.
Katie could.
I agree.
Katie could. She's intelligent. She's likable. Some of the endurance questionable, but you don't have to win every one either. I'm not saying you got to win every endurance challenge. So there'd be
And we
some.
don't know that she might rock at endurance challenges.
I don't know. There's some that are be tough because they're not geared. She's tall. Katie's like 6'2". Katie's
tall.
not short. So some of them you can almost pick out who. I always think one of the strategies I have when I go in there is you want to work with somebody though. So you got at least a pair or two. And I would always seek out someone like Lenny size or somebody who's strong but also small because they do good at those type of things.
There's Becca. Like Becca's like pretty mid-size. Like she's gonna be.
Becca would probably probably
Becca
be
would
good at
rock
that.
this.
Do good. Like she's fairly athletic. I don't know that she's athletic, but like she can
Yeah.
hold her own. She could do a challenge.
Also,
If
a
you-
little bit of wild card has the little bit of a temper thing going. I could light that fuse. Like if I'm in there with Becca, I could light the fuse and get her kicked out of that house.
I feel like she's somebody you make a fake alliance with.
Yeah,
Just-
you make
just
a
in
fake
case.
alliance, and then when you need her out of there, you just push the right buttons, and then she
Right.
blows up, and everybody's like, "Ooh, I don't want to be in this house with her."
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
What
On and
about
off.
Demetrius? He can develop groupies.
I think he'd have way too big of a target on his back.
Yeah, I
got
think
Everybody would
like
see him
stories.
and they'd be intimidated.
people will be like, he'll win every challenge. I
Yeah.
think, they like to get rid of those. Again, for the opposite of me, they're like, I know I can beat this guy in any challenge.
So they absolutely know like he's going to be a competitor from day one. So you just want to get him out because you don't want to deal with him.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He's
I
too
think he
strong.
would struggle.
That's the problem.
He's too strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'd struggle. All right. Anybody
I would
else?
voluntarily remove myself on the first day. This sounds like a horrible experience.
Yeah, I feel like McNew is saying she'd do good. It'd be the same thing like the zombie apocalypse. I feel like McNew was like, I can't survive in this world. I feel like she'd do the same thing in Big Brother. Be just like,
Oh,
vote
yeah.
me out, folks.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I don't have like my cell phone here. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I could. That's the thing. Nobody gives me enough credit, so I feel like I could
Maybe
further.
you are incredibly likable. There's no doubt about that.
I am likable, and I like people like to tell me all their deep dark secrets. So I'll
Sure.
just be the holder of secrets. So they're gonna be like, I can't vote. I don't want to vote against her because she knows this about me. Like I'm gonna just kind of play everybody.
Okay.
Sit there in the background and let it all play out. I'm not going to be problematic. I'm just going to be very quiet in the background, everybody's friend, everybody's aunt, and just sit there and watch it happen.
Right. Yeah. How do we think Darren would do? I don't think.
I was just getting ready to say, I think
Darren
he would be the
go
most
stir crazy.
entertaining person.
He'd make for some good TV, but yeah, I don't think he'd make it. I don't think he'd.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I think he would make it pretty far, but I don't think he'd go all the way.
Challenges, he's going to rock them. He's going to be real bored with the social aspects. Yeah, I mean, he's sociable, he's fun, but he's going to get real bored with just people.
He'd
He's
be
gonna
in
build
like
a blanket fort out in the yard and call it his tent and tell people to leave him the F alone.
Yeah, they do
He-
some things
yeah.
where they throw in solitary. He'd volunteer for that.
Yeah.
They'd be
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah,
I need a day of
24 hours you're away
solitary,
from it.
please.
Yeah, he'd do that 100%. Yeah, he'd,
What about our billionaire friend, Brian Thompson? How's
Ryan, he would make it. He doesn't have what it takes. No. Zero challenges he'd be good at, and
He'd
yeah,
be like, this house is shit. Why am I in this
yeah,
house?
And he'd be trying to make friends with every single person.
absolutely.
Yeah.
His like
He's too nice
conniving
for it,
skills.
and-
I don't see it.
no,
I don't
Yeah.
see the conniving.
No, he can't. I don't think.
Couldn't-
Yeah.
couldn't make it.
You got to have some lies and deceives. You can't.
Right. Swiat? Nah, he's too sales guy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and he really just wants to go
People,
home.
he'd just be having a conversation. People would be like,
Go
he's
home.
scheming something. Yeah.
He'd come off
he'd
too
be-
strong. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be the guy who'd be like, the first day, like, hey, let's be an alliance. We'll go to the end. And yeah,
So he's
yeah,
going
he'd
to
come
come
on
in
too strong.
his kid's schedule. He's like, all right, I'm going to do real good. And like, I got a concert. I got to play. I got soccer. Like, he's going to have his kid's schedule. Be like, got to keep me out by
That's why it's
midnight.
not doing shit. No.
He
No.
wants to go home.
He's not making any
He wants
noise
to
in
go
this
home.
thing.
Swiat, Darren, and Becca are gonna all team up, and that's gonna be their alliance. That's
Yeah, that'd be their
So
alliance,
that's
and then
gonna go.
they just get picked off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What about Jim? How's Jim going to do?
Jim would ingratiate himself by cooking. By cooking.
Yes.
That helps. That helps in
That's
that game.
fucking good.
He's a very good cook, but where
His temper would get him.
his temper would get him, and then also the other thing that would get him, slob. People get sick of just, here's Jim's underwear all over the house and shit, Jim, this is the goddamn living room. Why is your underwear? Oh, I just took it off there. I don't know.
They make for great television, though.
Oh, yeah.
They make for great television.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
All the outtakes they do with him.
Yeah. I feel like he'd make it further than me, but there's no way he's getting to the end. No way. No. He's not winning that thing.
But you were gonna win.
No, I'm not going to win.
No,
you're not
people
he's just
vote
gonna
me
go
out.
far.
No.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
I think
think Lenny-
Katie's got the
Lenny-
best choice.
Lenny's my horse. You two both say Katie?
I'm going Katie.
I think Lenny's a good choice, but I think Katie's gonna Take
I
it.
tell you who never wins on these shows, and maybe it plays different with us because we're all friends and stuff like that. Lawyers never win. Matter of fact, any lawyer now doesn't even tell them they're a lawyer because they know that people don't like lawyers. So
He's not a lawyer anymore.
Because they're intimidated.
she's still a lawyer. She's a judge, but a lawyer. I mean, you're still always a lawyer, right? I mean, she passed the bar. It's not like they stripped her over a bar. No, she's elevated.
Wins because there's always an old guy on every show. He is like secret weapon guy.
Who is going to win?
Fucking Luke Otero.
Luke Otero.
Luke Otero.
Maybe. He's a nice guy.
You know what? That's
He's too nice.
really good.
He is too nice. I feel like he would be
Somebody-
He'd
would just tell him what he wants
and
to
then
hear.
He would need therapy.
the group would chew him up and spit him out.
Yeah,
Luke would really
exactly.
go on.
He would lose faith in humanity.
He would.
Yeah.
It's best he doesn't even apply for this.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be
Luke
involved.
needs to sit out. Yeah,
This is
Luke
too dirty for him.
Yeah.
No, I just think he's gonna sit
No.
so kind and so nice, and he's just gonna win on accident.
No.
No.
Unfortunately, that's not how Big
I'll
Brother.
tell you what. I'd watch the hair routine. If we're living together, I'd be like, I'm gonna see what he's doing with that hair.
Right.
Blow drying it, and, various lotions and stuff, liniments he's putting on there.
Liniments.
He's putting all. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit he does.
Roots and berries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think?
All right.
How's Bronner gonna play?
Bronner isn't gonna. Bronner goes out before me.
Bronner's probably out on day one.
He's one of the
drunk and
first
shit.
ones out, but everyone's
volunteering
excited to
leave
see what
on
he's
day
going to do.
one.
See what's happening.
Yeah, just look and see if there's anybody else.
Bronner walks in the room, says, "I ain't doing this shit,"
Right. And
and
he's
turns
out.
around and leaves.
Phil Collin. He's voted out just because he gets too much. Phil is always on, and he's a nice guy. Love Phil Collin. But 24 hours a day in with Phil Collin, and he's always Phil Collin. There's never a break from being Phil Collin when you're Phil Collin.
No,
I'm telling
I
you,
can
he wears
see him
them.
going for a while just for the entertainment value.
He
He's
could-
going
he
to
could
go
go
for
for a
a couple
while.
of weeks, and then they're all going to mail him a bag of dicks.
Yeah, he gets voted out. He doesn't win. So, yeah. So who do you think's going to win then, McNew? Did you officially say? Were you on the Katie camp too? Or someone else?
If that's where we're going, I think Katie's got a
Katie.
strong chance to win.
Over
Okay.
Lenny?
Over Lenny?
Mhm.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think it's Lenny, but
Oh yeah, I think he's very smart. I think Katie is smarter, so I think she will win.
all right.
I think if it's Lenny and Katie sitting at the end and we have the jury voting, I think everyone's going to pick Katie.
I could see them being an alliance.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but at the end we got to choose between the two.
Yeah, you got to pick between
I
the
They're
think
two.
both
Katie.
sitting there. Who do you vote for?
I think they pick Katie.
You think so?
Sticking
Why not
with her.
Lenny? I think also everybody's like, oh, I could stay at Lenny's place for free in Colorado. I can stay at Lenny's place for free in Maine.
So here's the question: do you think Lenny reveals what he actually does if he goes on there?
Well, this is
Same
just
with
our.
Katie.
This. They're not just thrown in the house. This is with ABV.
Just with all ABV.
Oh
people?
yeah, it's
Okay.
throw us all together. Who survives?
So
yeah.
they know. So everybody knows who
Everybody
they're
knows.
competing with.
We all know who they are. Yes, we know all their background. Yeah,
Then yeah, I think Katie's winning.
Katie wins.
Yep.
Katie wins. I do like Katie probably better than anybody else, present company included. So maybe Katie's my favorite. I like Katie. I don't know why. I like Katie.
Everybody loves Katie.
She's positive. Katie
She
versus
is.
Lenny would be a tough one. I would just have to see how they played it out. Who earned it more? I would be open minded and I would just look at who did a better job of actually playing the game, because that's what it should be at the end. You should vote for whoever did the game best. So yeah, there you go.
Well,
There's our thoughts on it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So. Like you said, I think Bronner quits before it starts, so he's probably first one out, I guess.
Yeah, he's like.
I don't think he even takes his suitcase to his room. He rolls the suitcase in, looks around, and rolls the suitcase right on the floor.
Just keeps going. Heads to the bar. Yeah.
Not
You got a
today.
free trip out to California.
Is there booze?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's booze and
Okay.
yeah. There's booze.
I can see them liking to have booze around. So that
There's oh yeah, they like you boozing it up, and they'll give you what you want to. If you're like, oh, we're bourbon people, they'd focus on the bourbon, and pretty much the food, they give you what you want to. You can ask for stuff. So
well, then I'd at least make it to dinner.
to dinner, yeah.
I'd make it to dinner.
There you
meal.
go.
Pick me out after dinner. Thank you.
So there you go. Our Big Brother finalist, I think we agreed upon, is Lenny versus Katie. The consensus was Katie wins it. I don't know. What do you guys think? So yeah, well, it's fun to talk about for sure. I wish we could figure out a way to kind of do it on a small scale just for fun, but it would be interesting to see what happens.
Let's talk about
what if we all printed it like
the event in March
for a weekend, like a long weekend?
Yeah, we've got how many people? How many people at that? 48 or something? There's a lot of people coming out.
60?
Scale it way down.
60 or is it 60? Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. It's a shitload, that's for sure. So yeah.
I think you pick 12 of us, get someplace that can house us all, and just kick us out over a weekend and see what happens.
Okay. We are thinking about doing something called Bourbon Survivor at the Barrel Shop, where it's kind of like that. We're voting people out, and it gets to the end. You got to make a little presentation as to why you win. We'll see. I don't know if that'll work or not. Probably won't. It'll be 2 people that sign up, and then we got to play the game with 2 people. But yeah.
Just let me start my bourbon side hustle, and we'll just host it there.
Host it. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me wanting to start this show and on Instagram at Von Nieters, before the E.
KK.
I'm on Instagram as well, and you won't find me in a Big Brother house ever. And Instagram is KKCastStrength.
You would do it. If I said I got a production deal and I need 18 of us, you'd want to be a part of that group.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, you'd be in it. You'd be in it.
And I'd leave at dinner.
Probably. Probably. All right, McNew, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram, and also just being delusional, thinking I could win Big Brother at McNew ABV on Instagram.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see McNew. You got to clean your own clothes and stuff, McNew, and I don't.
Who the fuck does the laundry here? Me.
But I think that, well, maybe now they give you, for a while it was like you had to use like the old fashioned thing with that like metal thing you're dragging across. No, I think now they just give washing machines.
I'm going to throw it away or leave it dirty in a bag. Not doing that.
Sure. All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. That's the one you got to check out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, that place where you can try before you buy. We'd love to have you there. So come by and see us. At a minimum, sign up for our email text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.